really that bad, fire her, period, point blank. That's how I see it. Like, don't suspend the girl. If it's at the point where you're like, this ignorance needs to stop and we need to figure out a way to put action plans for people to literally be deteriorated to see this as an issue, yeah, fire her. So I saw one person that was like, Whoopi should be fired. She should have her titles removed. She should pay a fine. Like, I was seeing really, drastic things. Then I saw, wow, y'all suspended her after she apologized. Get over it. Before we get into actually playing the clip and kind of dissecting here, I just want to say that there's something about Whoopi that I think people don't tend to understand. And one of them is, let's talk about the structure of just everyone, right? Human beings in general, right? There's a lot that you can say about somebody by looking at their eyebrows.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That big fire. Yeah, she kinda cute.
You see, I'm working on my energy. Manifesting. The song has been in my head for like the past hour, maybe even 2 hours. I don't even know. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. I know you haven't seen my face in over 4 freaking weeks. I know. It's probably been one of the longest depressive periods I've been in. It's been pretty freaking brutal, but man, did I have to pull myself out. I had to. Like, I can't do this. And so I have been working on pulling myself out. We are gradually getting there, but Lord knows we definitely have a lot of work to do to get everything way back to where it used to be. It needs to be a balance. Now, to every single person that took the time to vote and cast what this next video would be, thank you. Because listen, it took a lot for me to post that because I really was going to abandon my channel. I really was. And not because of you guys, but more because of me. Like, I just felt like, what am I doing and why? Why am I special and for who? Like, I was very much in a down spiral, if you will. A very, very bad down freaking spiral. But at the end of the day, I have realized that I self-sabotage. I self-sabotage everything, and I am working on it. But at the end of the day, the only person to blame is me. Nobody else. Literally nobody else. It's all me. So I'm not going to be taking my makeup off today because I have a foot mask. Why do I have a foot mask? Because it is snowing in Dallas right now. I mean, oh my God, it's freezing. It's not even ice. I thought it was like, oh, it's totally snow. Oh no, there's ice underneath. Oh, there's so much ice underneath. There is so much snow and ice. I tried to open my patio door and I broke it. I cannot believe I broke this door, y'all. I can't believe I broke the door. That's how much ice. I broke it. I broke my, I'm so mad. I can't even explain because once everything melts, I can't open the door. And then on top of that, am I gonna have to pay for that? And if I do, why? Because I didn't bring the ice. I didn't bring the ice. If anything, I chew ice. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so we're gonna put a foot mask on because my feet are feeling very, actually, let's listen to them. Do y'all do that? Do y'all like rub your feet together and be like, it's sounding a little crusty. It's sounding a little crusty. So let's go ahead and open this bad baby up. Now, obviously, I've already seen this clip, right? So this isn't even really gonna be a reaction. It's definitely me just talking about my thoughts on Whoopi Goldberg. Before we get into actually playing the clip and kind of dissecting here, I just want to say that there's something about Whoopi that I think people don't tend to understand. And one of them is, let's talk about the structure of just everyone, right? Human beings in general, right? There's a lot that you can say about somebody by looking at their eyebrows, right? Come on, man. I know you guys hear me. There's so many, even me, like not these eyebrows, but my natural regular eyebrows, right? They're very unstructured. They don't match. They're thin. They're kind of frail. There's these things about them that kind of go with parts of my structure, kind of who I am, right? The flaws and the things you may not see. So it's really interesting to me that Whoopi doesn't have that, right? And it's like, well, if she doesn't have it, then what exactly are we uplifting? Not to say Whoopi isn't a legend, because she is. Let me tell you, she's a legend. However, right? Let's talk about what she said, because a lot of people, at least from the clips I saw, we're talking about the ignorance. She's so ignorant. She's ignorant, no knowledge, ignorant. I just kept hearing ignorant, right? But my thing about ignorance is is ignorance even a word? I don't even know. Anyways, being ignorant shouldn't be seen as this really bad thing the way it is. Like, you know how, oh, you ignorant. Like, you know how that whole mold, right? I just don't see it being, if somebody is ignorant, let's not even say somebody, let's say a child is ignorant, right? A child is always ignorant all the time, right? You're not going to talk to them like they're stupid. You're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna explain it to them, because there's so many people that I saw that were kind of scared to say what I'm about to say, and I'm not scared to say it. There is Black people who feel what Whoopi is saying. There are Black people who understand what she said. Now, is that still in the realm of ignorance? Yes, of course it freaking is. But the point is, why does that ignorance stay? Why does that white supremacy seed stay implanted into your perceptions, no matter what? That's basically what it was, right? So I didn't see it as like, oh my gosh, she's freaking terrible. No, unfortunately, I didn't see it that way like a lot of people did. And that's because there are Black people who have said that. I've heard the conversations. And it's not in the aspect of like, I don't want to say comparison, but again, I think it's just where you're raised, right? Where you're raised, how you've been told and taught, and you have this aspect. And it's something I noticed when I moved to America, because if you go anywhere else and you ask somebody where they're from, what they do, da 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 da, they know. I'm so sorry, Americans. I know that might hurt to some people, but they know. They know, right? There are some people that don't know. Okay, and not again, not in a bad way. It's just, again, that bubble of ignorant bliss, right? They want to stay there, because if you tell somebody who is Black that they have told you that they're Black, and then you say, okay, yeah, but what are you, right? But then they continuously say, no, I'm Black. That's what I am. I'm American and I'm Black, right? Okay, so if they stay there, okay, I can't shake that. That's if that's your truth, that's your truth. There's really no reason for me to be trying to figure out and knock it into them to understand that. And if that is the case, then we're automatically talking about something that is very much not necessarily fixable. There's not necessarily going to be a solution unless that person cares to get out of their ignorance and then be like, oh, I get it. So race doesn't necessarily have anything to do with color. Ding, ding, ding. There you go, right? But if you're ingrained to see race as color, like so many people are in America, this is how this happens. Done deal. Listen.
It's not about race, because it's about man's inhumanity to man.
Do you hear what she's saying? Like, and a lot of people were like, oh, it's white on white. She's saying white on white, in which she did kind of state that. I think in another clip, it was like the interview clip she did state that. And I thought in my head, like, girl, you are poking at a bear that no one's gonna see. I'm so sorry, but no, okay? Because one, again, understandable, and I see where she's coming from. I see that, but I see it in the aspect of it being ignorance. Why? Because I completely understand why she's been ingrained to think this way. Simple. And because of that, there's some people that don't like my opinion of it, and I get it. I'm trying to figure out what y'all want her to do, because one, and let me not be rude, but you got one Black woman sitting at a table with 4 white women. I don't even know everybody that's on The View. They all look white to me. I'm sorry. I could be wrong by that. I definitely could be wrong. But what I'm saying is, again, do you see just me saying that, right? So there could be different races right here, right? So we could have a white person, a Hispanic person, an Asian person, a mixed person, and I'm still saying she's sitting with 4 other white people. Do you see how that just came out of my mouth? It just rolled out of my tongue. You see that? That's because of what's been ingrained from being in America too long. And honestly, living in America will have you thinking this way. You will not see other people as I mean, you will, like, yes, you see that that person is Asian, or yes, you see that that person is Hispanic, but that color, that's where Black people they stay at. They stay at. So when they hear race, racial, that's where they're at. That's where their mind is. It is like. So it's interesting because in conversations, it just comes out of my mouth, right? But I'm fully aware that, of course, any of those poor people could be different race, right? Do you see what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense, because I really didn't want this to be one of those videos where I have an outline and I'm structuring it out, and she said this on this date and now she's been suspended for this many days. I'm not doing that over here. I wanted to just be completely honest and raw, because for me, really that bad, fire her, period, point blank. That's how I see it. Like, don't suspend the girl. If it's at the point where you're like, this ignorance needs to stop and we need to figure out a way to put action plans for people to literally be deteriorated to see this as an issue, yeah, fire her. I have no issue with that at all. Again, I see both sides. Not Rich. I see both sides of Chanel. Anyways, I see both sides. I truly do. I really, truly see both sides. And I think that alone is already detrimental. That alone is already a negative. That alone is already seen as, unsubscribe. I don't like her. I don't like what she's saying, right? Because of course. But the bigger conversation to me is the unlearning that so many Black people have to do. So many. I mean, Whoopi is not the only one. And what's crazy, and I'm going to say this, I don't have any screenshots, and I don't have screenshots because I did not want to put anybody on blast. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want to put anybody on blast, but obviously I am Black, right? So if I'm on Instagram and I'm looking at stories, I'm seeing different views, just like you're seeing different views, right? So I saw one person that was like, Whoopi should be fired, she should have her titles removed, she should pay a fine. Like, I was seeing really, drastic things, which I respect and understand. Then I saw some Black people that were very much like, wow, y'all suspended her after she apologized? Get over it. Very much did not care at all whatsoever. Didn't even see why it's such a huge deal. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, I see both sides. However, I think Whoopi has gotten way too comfortable. And not in the aspect of she should or shouldn't be saying things, but in the aspect of, why do you think that the majority of people would understand where you're coming from with that when you are not even speaking from a place of facts? But do you see how she's coming off, or she came off so much like she was coming with factual evidence? You see what I mean by that? That's where the conversation needs to be. I don't think the conversation needs to be on the political spectrum. I've been seeing a lot of political views. Oh, she's liberal, and that's why she got a little pat on. She didn't really get that big of a punishment. And I've been seeing all kinds of stuff. But for me, I'm just thinking in my head, like, one, are y'all really checking for Whoopi Goldberg? And if y'all are, I need y'all to pull up a picture with her and eyebrows. Point blank, period. Because what I'm saying here is, you can tell a lot by somebody by their eyebrows. You don't have any. So how are we supposed to really have that, nonverbal cue feeling vibe of how she's coming off, right? Because there's a lot of people who are in the industry that are like, oh, I know Whoopi, she's not like that. She's not like that. Okay, that's great. But Whoopi has also done some pretty bad things. Maybe not bad, but she's done some questionable things that I think a lot of people should definitely look at and question. But at the same time, does anyone? I mean, she was married. She was married to a man that did blackface. Didn't I do a video on that? Sure. Didn't I? I don't even remember. I truly don't. Anyways, we only got a couple more seconds. Let's just write it out, see what's going on here.
The point, the minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other.
It's how people treat each other. The fact that she doesn't see it's interesting to me that she said that. I remember when I first saw it, there was a certain part where I was like, okay, she's trying to throw in a little Black perspective, I guess, because I know Black people who think this. Newsflash, bro, newsflash, Whoopi Goldberg, 6 million of us were gassed, starved, bro. I ain't read this one. Hold up. On today's show, I said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's inhumanity to man. Girl, we all know what that meant, but okay. Yeah, but I think it's just because of how strong you came off too. You know, you didn't just come off strong like a black dude, but you came off strong like, I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yikes. I have not read this apology. I just know that she apologized, but I haven't read it myself. And that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I have caused. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You said, I'm sorry for the hurt I have caused? No, you're sorry that you didn't say both because race does. Damn, Whoopi made a whoopsie. I didn't know she said, I'm sorry for the hurt I have caused. I don't like when people say stuff like that because what you're saying is if there was no hurt caused, you wouldn't be sorry. I mean, child. Yeah, you tried to do something, but nah, it didn't work, baby. It didn't work. But again, I see what she's saying, but I only see that because of like Americans. Like Americans are very much focused on color, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white. If not black, white, rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor, rich, poor. Like that's literally the American culture. Like y'all, I don't even like saying y'all because obviously I live here, but Americans like that. That is what it is, right? So very interesting, y'all. I'm actually glad I read that because I had no idea she said that. Dang, I thought she just said I was like she was sorry flat out. Like I didn't know she said I'm sorry for the hurt I caused. Girl, what? That's the same as I'm sorry you were hurt that I cheated. I'm sorry that you know what I mean? It's the same as like you only care because there was a backlash. You know what I mean? Or you only care because people were like upset about it or hurt. But if like nobody was, you wouldn't be sorry. Therefore, yeah, I think the suspension makes sense for her to really evaluate what she said, why it was wrong. I don't know if she I could be wrong. Maybe I need to look more into it, but does she not realize that she is wrong? That's why I feel like it's so strange how there's so much censorship right now. There's so many people that are scared to talk right now. The fact that podcasts are being pulled right now, and no, I'm not talking about Joe Rogan. I'm talking about podcasts in general that are just being pulled for having conversations about things that people don't think is accurate or right or wrong. But my thing is let people be ignorant, let people be wrong, and continue doing what you think is right for yourself. That's how I see it. But other people don't see it that way. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say here is was Whoopi Goldberg's suspension valid? Yes, it was. It absolutely should have happened. Secondly, should she have said it the way she said it? Absolutely not. I think she could have explained it a lot better. But I think the reason she didn't go that route is because she didn't want to bring in that comparison of maybe slavery compared to the Holocaust, right? That's what I think. Also, can we talk about how when she starts saying it's not about race, like she says something like, it's not about race. It's not about race. And then somebody says,
And let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race.
No, 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 no.
No, it's not about race.
Somebody at that table agreed with her and then shut up real quick when there was like an opposed view. Nobody's talking about that, and that is very strange to me.
And while I sit here and edit, I just realized maybe that person was saying no to get her to shut up, or was she saying no in agreement? Either way, I felt like she said no so low that it was almost like, say it with your chest.
Anyways, it's definitely been past 10 minutes, and I need to take these off. Has it been past 10 minutes? Has to be, right? Let's go see what my PC looks like. I'm gonna go edit, guys. Oh, I'm over here making a mess. It's dripping and stuff. Let me stop. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Let me know what y'all thought about this video. I am gonna be doing back-to-back, so Trisha Paytas will be right back because I honestly haven't seen her. What is her honeymoon? I haven't seen it. I just saw that she was eating. I only saw it on Deaf Noodles. I was like, I just saw she was eating. Oh my gosh, stop it. Yeah, we gotta watch this. I stayed in the 50,000 a night Maldives Hollywood suite. Dang. Not Sebastian, Trisha, leave me alone. I'm freaking dead. Okay, first of all, I heard about how Trisha was taking a whole bunch of people's ad revenue money or whatever. And I went to go check, and of course, she had gotten one of my videos too. One of them was the Christmas video I did of hers. And I was just very much like, girl, take your coin. I do what you freaking will, okay? Whatever. I don't freaking care. I like doing this. I like doing it on the side. I like doing it for fun. And it keeps me alive. Okay, so thank you guys for keeping me alive. I will see y'all in the next one, which will be literally me looking just like this because I'm gonna film again. And we'll see, because Miss Trisha, girl, it's been a while. I literally haven't seen her in a minute, so we'll see how this goes. I'm honest, I feel like I'm gonna be so like, oh my gosh, like, girl, this is my dream. I would cry. I would cry. Oh, it's so pretty. Like, even the freaking thumbnail. Y'all, I can't. I love y'all. Bye. Pulling out the coupe in the lot, 12 for a swat, busting all the bells out the box, hit a leap with the pop.